Hey, what's up, my great smelling people? Welcome back to the channel. Now, Happy New Year, if I haven't said it already. And I wish you all the very best for this new year ahead of us of 2025. Minimal bullshit, maximum success. So, as you'll have guessed by the thumbnail, we've got a new Rosa Salas fragrance. Brand new release, available on the website with, I think, all of his new scheduled releases. I think they're all available now. So don't forget, get on over, check the site out, and use code FRAGLAD10, all capitals. So today we're going to be reviewing Harlem, which is inspired by one of my favourite fragrances in my collection, Parfums de Marly Haltane. So if you're at all interested on my thoughts on Harlem, then stick around. Yeah, as I've already said, welcome back, guys, and as I have already said, Happy New Year. So I was both excited and also a bit nervous about this one because of how much I love Haltane. And I mean, I love it. Like, Parfums de Marly is one of my favourite houses. Those of you who are absolute fragrance fanatics might say that they're not niche enough. But yeah, some of the releases are safe and designer-esque. But you can't argue the fact that they don't have good quality ingredients. And some of the releases like this one, they're not designer. They're not designer-esque at all. That just smells so good. If you've never experienced Haltane, but you happen to have experienced Initio Oud for Greatness, Initio is their sister company, by the way, then this is a slightly more masculine, but yet slightly sweeter, because it's got praline version of Oud for Greatness. And if you've never smelled Oud for Greatness, but you've smelled any of its clones, like Lattafa Oud for Glory or any others, then you'll sort of get an idea of how Haltane comes across. I think it's great. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's very suitable for this time of year. You do get like a freshness with it. Bergamot and lavender up in the top there. So, you know, traditional masculine top notes. Along with Clary Sage, Saffron, Pralines and Tonca in the mid. And you've got a woody base along with oud. Very clean oud though, not at all funky. Now then, I've wore this a couple of days in a row. Smelled it as soon as I got it, and then I gave it a few days to open up, let the air get into it, round it out a little bit. Now what I will tell you is, it hasn't stolen the spot of Haltane for me. I like it a lot though. And the reason that it hasn't stolen Haltane's spot is because rather than being a one-to-one or a clear attempt at being a one-to-one, there's a clear twist, a difference, and it's very, very noticeable as well. This is more masculine still than the Haltane, because it's not as sweet, and I find the woodiness to be a bit darker, and it smells a bit spicier as well. And there's a, I wouldn't say absence of saffron, but the level of saffron in this is, I would say, probably twice, if not more than, what it is in this one, in Harlem. It's my memory. But what I will say, and if she was here, she would agree with me, because they're her thoughts. The missus prefers the Rosa Salas. And whether or not it's because it is more masculine, I don't know. But she couldn't even explain it. She just said, I prefer that one. I'm not sure why, but I prefer that one. And, you know, she's got no allegiances or any hatred towards PDM. She's got PDMs herself. So, you know, there's no bias. That was just her opinion. She preferred the Rosa Salas. I don't know if, just like with, I'm sure you guys that have purchased from Vitor or even any inspired by companies, you'll be able to back me up on this one, that first spray and first few wearings don't give a true indication as to how the fragrances are going to be in the long term. Because just like with any of the small companies, anything you buy is freshly mixed. Not only is it financially irresponsible to have you know, big vats of mixed liquid when there's no guarantee that they're going to move, move on and sell, but it's a storage thing and that, you know what I mean? Maybe even safety as well, I don't know. But yeah, so anything you get, unless it's like massively popular that is constantly going out the door in large volumes, anything that you get will be freshly mixed and therefore needs time. I've had it nearly a week, I think. And I would say that when it does start to round out, you might get a bit more of the saffron. It will become sweeter though. But yeah. Yeah, it's lovely. I've enjoyed wearing it, but my heart belongs with Haldane. Now, just like with that, this is appropriate for any season and any occasion that you would reach for the Parfums de Marly. I mean, I tell you what as well, the bergamot's more noticeable. So with the top, I would say that the lavender's more noticeable in Parfums de Marly, but the bergamot is more noticeable in the Rosa Salas. Yeah, definitely. So here's another thing as well, like there was, I don't know if you guys noticed or have seen my my first video that I done for Rosa Salas, where I got a discovery kit and I was just getting my nose on a few of them and just giving my first impression sort of brief thoughts. And there was 3 Parfums de Marly inspired buys in there. There was Hendon, which was Leighton, Ceylon, which was Wajan, and what was the Herod one called? Amethyst. And they were all really, really nice. The Leighton Hendon, that was a little bit spicier, but everything else was probably dosed in, if not identical, but very, 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 very similar amounts. And it performed brilliantly. And then there was the Ceylon, which I think was maybe a little bit sweeter and a little bit spicier than Wajan. And then the Amethyst, which was the Herod clone or inspired by, that was the biggest difference from the original, and I found it to be a little bit more floral, like white floral, and it also might have even been a little bit more heavy in the tobacco. I really liked it. And this is it, like there's such a difference in this that even if you're not a fan of Haldane, there's still a chance that you might enjoy this. Especially, well, it depends on what you don't enjoy about Haldane. If it is the sweetness, And you know, the saffron, because some people find saffron to be exclusively feminine. I'm not one of those people. I really, really love saffron. And you definitely get the praline as well. Beautiful, beautiful scent. Like I say, so you know, there's a big enough difference. It definitely is. I mean, if you're familiar with the DNA and you smell, you know, there's no getting away from the fact it is close. So you know, it's not like they've tried and missed. It's an intentional difference. And perhaps it was down to Vitor's personal taste, you know, who knows? I haven't spoken to him about it yet. But yeah, I think there's a big enough difference that depending on what you might not like about Haltane, I recommend that, you know, you still give it a shot. I'll be wearing this pretty much every week until I get an idea on how it does eventually develop, you know, over the next couple of weeks. And if I find that it gets closer in terms of the saffron and the sweetness, then I'll report back. But I find it also to be, you know, the woody aspects to be a bit cleaner. So, in short, I would say that the twist that it has on Haltane makes it a little bit more traditionally masculine. That's what I would say. It's like Haltane, but for a more traditionally masculine man. Still very, very nice though. But I'm afraid, Vitor, my heart still belongs with Haltane. So yeah, just a quick one today, guys. Just making you aware of this one. You know, if you're not aware at all about Haltane, then, you know, seasonally appropriate for now. Definitely not a warm weather fragrance, not with, you know, the likes of Praline, Saffron and Oud, you know. It's definitely cold weather fragrance and one of my favorites. And this might actually be slightly more versatile because of the sweetness not being quite as, you know, as dominant. So, you know, you might be able to get away with it in slightly warmer, you know, all the way through spring maybe, instead of only early spring. But that's my verdict. Great scent, but unfortunately my heart still belongs with the Haltane. But I'll be wearing it. I'll definitely be wearing it. So that's it, guys. Like I said, just a quick one. Don't forget, if you do head on over to the Rosa Salas website, I'll put the link down in as a pinned comment. But don't forget, use the code FRAGLAD10, all capitals. The only exclusion would be anything that's already discounted or part of a bundle or discovery set. But everything else, you'll get your 10% off with FRAGLAD10, all capitals. So thanks very much for tuning in, guys, and I hope to see you again soon. Don't forget, like the video if you like the video. If you want to see more, don't forget to hit subscribe and also hit the bell notification so that you don't miss the next one. You will be notified next time I upload some scented nonsense. Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay clean, stay fresh, and take care.